find you. I thought I was going to pass out. My phone was on the couch, and there's no way I can call for help. If I scream, I'll be dead.
What's good, your boy? Like your boys back really back one only to book scare Friday back to 3 ice cream truck horror story. I'm by American Church or which will be in the description. Go check it out and let's get into your boys. And if you when you subscribe, if you don't know what Spook Scare Friday is, Spook Scare Friday is one of those days that they also community all come together and react to Spook Scare animated videos sent by you guys. Oh, excuse me, and I'll pick it sometimes. I'll pick them and react to Spook Scare Friday. And let's get into your boys. Now, okay, episode 1.
I'm from Nashville, and I was 13 when I ran away from home. I don't say that to be dramatic. I say it because that's exactly what happened. For years,
On the last Spook Scare Friday I did, I got a little bit emotional because the last story was actually hit me because I love dogs so much. You feel me? But let's get into your
home
boys.
felt like a place I was just surviving, not living. My stepmom had a way of turning everything into my fault. My dad was a drunk and barely cared about me. So one night, I packed a bag with 2 shirts, my charger, and whatever cash I'd secretly saved. I told myself I'd be gone for a day, maybe 2. I was gone for 7. The streets didn't feel scary at first. I slept in parks, behind a closed library, and under a bus.
Heck no. I know maybe you as a kid, streets don't feel scary to you or don't scare you, but real life streets are scary, dog. Like I'm not like if I'm moving out, I'm not moving out. Like I'm not gonna say whatever I'm doing, but like I don't bring my personal life into. I bring my personal life in this on this channel a lot, but not fully. You feel me? So I do bring my personal stuff into this channel to actually communicate with y'all and actually bond with y'all. But I don't like actually. But my thing is like, but if you're gonna get out your house, like how she did, you need to at least have some 50K or 20K, bro. I need to have a job that will make you a lot of money a month. To you to go ahead and rent an apartment, pay for the gas, pay for everything. You feel me? Do this, do that. Like that's a lot of money. If you don't have money and you trying to move out from your parents, brother, it's not a good idea. Uh, sleeping in the forest is not a good idea. Sleeping outside is not a good idea. Don't do it. If you have money and you want to move out and you're stable at your level and you want to say, oh, I want to move out, then okay, move out. If you have, or you can take care of yourself. But how she did it, sleeping on the street and this, that, and third for 7 days, girl, you're tripping.
Stop roof when it rained. I learned how to eat slowly so food lasted longer. I learned how to pretend I wasn't cold.
Bitch, I gotta eat 5 times a day. I don't know how you eat 2 times a day or eat no, bro. That one burger, I eat like I can't eat 5 burgers in one day. I gotta eat, bro. I'm not gonna lie. King Cap.
By the 7th night, I had $4 and some change. My stomach hurt so bad it felt like it was folding in on itself. I hadn't eaten since the morning before.
Go back
I was
home.
sitting on the curb, watching the sky turn orange, when I heard the jingle of an ice cream truck. I almost laughed. It felt unreal, like a joke the universe was
Hey,
pulling.
why is that? I'm gonna stop part, but why is that the same music that every time any ice cream shop pulls up, they put that jam on, bro? That's that shit, dog. I'm not like they always put on that music, nothing else. And I do pause a lot, so you feel me? Come on now.
On me. Ice cream? Really? But the sound got closer, rolling down the street like it always does in the summer, and my body moved before my brain could stop it. I waved. The truck slowed down, brakes squealing a little. The window slid open, and a man leaned out. He was middle-aged, with a scruffy beard and tired eyes, the kind of guy you wouldn't notice twice. "Kinda late for ice cream, kid," he said, half smiling. I shrugged.
Well, that's all I can afford for dinner, so...
He chuckled. "What'll it be?" I picked the cheapest thing, vanilla. When he handed it to me, my hands were shaking so bad I almost dropped it. I took a bite and nearly cried. Cold, sweet, real food. We made small talk while I ate. He asked where my parents were.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, don't make small talks with other people. Like, well, I was bussed up one time. Somebody asked me, "Yo, bro, where you heading?" I'm like, "Bro, it's none of your fucking business where I'm heading, dog. You ask when does the bus come? I told you the time. You ask me where I'm heading, or you ask me where I live. That's none of your goddamn business, bro. Simple as that. For real. And I was like, yeah, bro, you gotta, yeah.
I said I didn't really have anywhere to go. I don't know why.
Should never said that. You should never said I have nowhere to go. You should never said if you don't have a family, you got nowhere to go. You outside. You guys, bro, you don't say those things to strangers. You say, oh, you know what? I got a family. My brother's coming to pick me up. I'm just waiting here. He give me some change so I can pay for the ice cream. But he's on his way right now. And my parents got my location right now. They live on that building right there. I live in that building right there that's behind me. Second floor. And they watch me through the window right now. You gotta say stuff like that to be 1000% safe and nothing can happen to you, baby girl. You cannot say, oh, I got nowhere to go. You got nowhere to go? Bitch, you got somewhere to go. In the ice cream truck. Fuck is you talking about?
I said that. Maybe I was tired of lying. Maybe I...
That's what he will say. He said, oh, you know what, baby girl? I got somewhere you can go in my ice cream truck. And then you fucked. Like that one ice cream game, you feel me? In mobile. He's like,
wanted
come on.
someone to notice. He went quiet.
Mm-hmm.
A runaway, huh?
Uh-huh.
His tone made me feel uncomfortable. I nodded anyway. He looked at me for a long second, thinking something in his head. Then he smiled again. That's rough. You look starved. My stomach betrayed me and growled loud enough for both of us to hear. He laughed. Tell you what, my place is just down the block. My wife's cooking. Warm food. Real food. You can crash for the night. No big deal. Every warning bell in my head went off at once. But hunger is louder. Louder than fear sometimes. Louder than common sense.
Okay.
I said. I climbed into the truck. The door shut behind me with a heavy clunk. The inside smelled like sugar and metal. The jingle started again as he drove, but the streetlights began thinning out fast. We drove past houses and closed shops. For a few minutes, I really felt relieved that I won't be sleeping under the sky tonight. But then, I noticed the road. We weren't in town anymore. We were driving past the outskirts, and I could see construction signs. My heart started racing.
Overrated.
I thought you said it was close.
He didn't answer right away. Just kept driving like he didn't care what I was saying. Moments later, he pulled it.
Put some ice cream on that cone and smack it on his face. Simple as that, bro.
Into a dark, unfinished site and turned the engine off. He turned towards me and smiled. Not the tired smile from before. This one didn't reach his eyes. I lied, he said. I don't have a wife. Honestly, it's been a while since I had company. My whole body went cold. I reached for the door handle, but it wouldn't open. I yanked harder. Nothing.
Hey, open the door,
I said, my voice shaking. He leaned closer. I could smell his
Long-ass
disgusting
neck.
breath. Relax. Don't be like that. You still need someone to warm you up, right? Panic exploded in my chest. I screamed. I kicked the door. My hands were slipping, my throat burning, and my brain screaming. You messed up. You messed up. You messed up. He tried to grab my face. I twisted away, crying, begging, words spilling out that didn't even sound like me. Just when he was about to take advantage of me, a beam of light cut through the window. A man dressed as a night watchman stood right outside my window, aiming his flashlight inside the truck. He yelled that this was a no parking zone and that the truck needs to be moved. The ice cream man froze. I saw fear and nervousness on his face. He swore under his breath, yanked the door open, and shoved me out. I fell on the ground hard. My shoulders scraped. My knees screamed with pain, but I didn't care. I was out. I was breathing air again. He was shocked and clueless, not realizing why a teenager was riding an ice cream truck at this late hour of the night. The truck sped off, tires spitting dirt, the jingle playing one last time like a sick joke. I crawled toward the guard, sobbed so hard I could barely talk. I told him everything. My words came out messy and broken, but he listened. He wrapped a jacket around me and called the cops. I reported the man by giving the cops description of his face as much as I could remember, but he was never caught. That night, I didn't go back to my dad's house. I specifically told the police to take it to a relative. My aunt took me under her wing after that incident. I have my own room, a lock on the door, and food in the fridge. I'm safer, but sometimes when I hear ice cream trucks pass by, I get triggered by the trauma of that night, because hunger made me trust the wrong smile, and I don't think I'll ever forget that sound.
You should not ever forget that smile. Oh, you should, but like, bro, like, you cannot be like that, bro. You feel me? You sitting on somebody else's truck, for sure, bro. Like, what you thought was gonna happen? He lied. Look at his face. You feel me? And you got lucky that time, girl. You got lucky. So you gotta be on your toes. You feel me? That moment on, you gotta be on your toes. But like, good first story. I liked it. Okay, story 2.
I've been driving the same ice cream truck for so long that the streets feel like grooves worn into my palms. Same blocks, same potholes, same cheerful jingle that sounds a little too happy once the sun starts dropping. I tell people it's honest work. Truth is, most days it's just work. You smile, you scoop, you wave, and you move on. I sell ice cream at Bousset Woods, where laughter fades fast into trees and water. Some evenings, the jingle feels too loud, like it's not meant for the woods. When the sun drops, I swear something listens from the trails, waiting for me to leave. That evening started like any other. Early summer, warm but not sticky yet. The park was thinning out, parents calling, kids groaning, sneakers dragging across mulch. I parked near the basketball courts, killed the engine, and let the jingle finish its loop before I shut it off. I was already thinking about heading home when I noticed the kid. He stood a few feet from the window, not bouncing or pointing or tugging on a parent's sleeve like the others, just standing there, alone and still. He couldn't have been much more than 8 or 9. He was very pale and skinny. His eyes were calm in a way that didn't fit a kid, like he was waiting at a bus stop instead of an ice cream truck. He came closer to the truck. "What'll it be, buddy?" I asked in my usual friendly tone. He looked up at me slowly. There was a scar on his forehead, deep and jagged, like it had split skin and healed wrong. "Choco Vanilla," he said in a quiet, flat voice with no pleas or excitement. I reached into the freezer, and suddenly my eyes darted to the kid's hands resting on the counter. They were filthy, caked with mud. Not playground dirt, ground soil, like he'd been digging for hours. His knuckles were also bruised, and I could spot dried blood around. His clothes were stiff with dark stains. I got a weird feeling about him, but didn't want to jump to conclusions so fast. "You want something else?" He didn't answer, just watched me scoop. I handed him the cone without asking any more questions. Something about his face made my chest tighten. He took it, turned around, and started walking away. "Hey!" I leaned out the window. "Kid, you have to pay!" He didn't even flinch, just kept walking. I slammed the freezer shut and hopped down, irritation flaring. "Don't ignore me," I said, louder now. "That's not how this works!" He was already halfway across the park. I followed, expecting him to bolt or laugh or do something normal. Instead, he walked at the same slow pace. No matter how fast I went, I couldn't close the gap. It was like the distance between us stayed fixed. At one point, I even wanted to turn around and let him
Just turn around and let him have the ice cream, bro.
Have the ice cream, but my legs were out of control. It was like something magnetic in him pulled me towards him. I was following the kid, discarding my own free will. We entered the woods down the paved path that turned to dirt. Trees crowded in. The sounds of the park faded until all I could hear was my own breathing and the crunch of my boots. "Kid, this isn't funny," I called. "Come back!" He stopped. I stopped too. He turned around, and for the first time, he smiled.
Oh my god, I got
I've never
chills.
seen anyone smile that wide.
I got chills
like he
in my
was
back.
baring teeth instead of grinning. My anger spiked. This is funny to you? Stealing and running off? He watched me for a few seconds, then ran straight into the woods. I chased
You follow him, you're gonna get robbed. Robbed, sticked, whatever, bro. I'm not lying.
him without thinking, branches slapping my arms, heart pounding. I caught glimpses of him between trees, small, fast, always just out of reach, until he ducked into an old cabin I didn't even know was back there. The place was rotting, half collapsed, with windows boarded up. I burst inside, chest heaving. All right, I snapped. Game's over. The cabin was empty. Dust hung in the air. No kid, no footsteps, just silence. I took a step back, ready to leave, when the floorboard under me gave way. I dropped hard, catching myself on splintered wood. Beneath the boards was a shallow pit, and inside it, bones, human bones. A child's skeleton was wrapped in rags that matched the clothes I'd seen on that boy.
I got so many chills in my body, bro. My back muscles. God damn.
My stomach flipped. I stared at the cracked skull, at the fracture running through the bone in the same place as the scar. All of a sudden, I heard a soft chuckle right behind me.
Oh, I got
I
chills.
froze.
Oh,
Goosebumps
my gosh, I
exploded
got...
across my arms. Who's there? I whispered, even though I already knew. The air felt heavy, like the cabin was holding its breath. I turned slowly, and I saw the boy again. This time, he was standing in the doorway, and he wasn't smiling anymore. He was crying. Tears streamed down his pale cheeks. You found me. Please, tell Mommy I love her. My vision blurred, like I was about to faint, and I closed my eyes for a second. When I opened them again, the boy was gone. I stood there alone for God knows how long, then finally called 911. The police came. They confirmed the remains belonged to 8-year-old Ryan, who went missing 3 years back.
Wow.
Later, it was confirmed that Ryan was killed by a blow to the skull. I stood with his parents throughout Ryan's funeral. His mom cried into my shirt. His dad gripped my hand like he might fall apart if he let go.
I'm gonna be serious. 1000%, 2000%. Like, this second story, it is AI. I'm not gonna lie. It is AI. Gotta be. Simple as that.
That night, I dreamed of a boy standing in the woods, holding a melting cone, waiting. I still sell ice cream at that park, but I never saw Ryan again. And I hope that means he finally went home.
It looks AI though.
This happened when I was 9 years old living in Louisville. My parents left for my uncle's house to spend the weekend there and watch the Kentucky Derby, leaving me and my sister home alone. That night didn't start scary at all. It actually started kind of perfect. My 15-year-old sister Kathy was going out for a movie night with her friends. Before she left, she handed me some wrinkled bills.
Order pizza from that place you like, and lock the doors.
When the front door closed behind her, the taste of freedom felt amazing. I was having a blast. I turned the TV up and sprawled on the couch. For the first time in life, no one was bickering at me about bedtime or homework. An hour later, I felt hungry, so I picked up the phone to order pizza. I was scrolling through the menu on the app when I heard a soft jingle. At first, I thought it was coming from the TV. Then, I muted it. The ice cream truck jingle drifted in through the open window. It was already dark outside, the kind of dark where the streetlights buzz and bugs smack into them.
Now this video is not AI. This one was not AI. It's their story.
Ice cream trucks didn't usually come this late, not on our street. I peeked outside. The truck was parked near the curb, its lights glowing too bright against the empty road. There were no kids around, just the truck and the music looping over and over. Seeing the truck waiting on an empty street did feel weird, but at the same time, my cravings for ice cream hit me hard. I grabbed my sneakers.
You can order ice cream because you got $200. or you got money you're still giving me, I don't know how much is it or something, you can order pizza. Why? Or pizza or ice cream. Why would you get this bum ass ice cream, bro? Come on, bro. It's not bum, but like, come on, bro.
Ran to the truck. The ice cream man leaned out of the window. He was older, with lines on his face and eyes that were so tiny that I could barely see his pupils. He smiled, but it didn't feel friendly. Late night snack? Yeah, my sister gave me money. He nodded slowly. Your mom cool with that? I hesitated. Then, I said the dumbest thing possible. My parents aren't home. They're out of town.
Y'all just wanna die, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Can't cap, bro. Can't cap. You know what? When they told me, it's like, yo, bro. Even when I'm grown, they told me, yo, bro, are you by yourself here and things like that? I'm like, nah, bro. My friend just went to the store. He about to be back in 1 second, bro. He just went to the food market right here. That's here. You feel me? At 7-6. He's about to be out in a half minute, bro. So I'm not by myself. So even if I'm by myself, I'm still saying I'm with somebody or somebody's with me or anything like that. And these motherfuckers, they be saying, bro, there's nobody with us. And we are by ourselves. Bro, are you just giving the option to be kidnapped? Are you crazy out of your mind right now? Or sold or whatever?
Something about his demeanor changed right away. His smile didn't disappear, but it stretched, like he was thinking really hard about something. Just you and your sister? He asked. Yeah, she's coming back later. How much later?
Why? Look what this question is asking, bro. When he asked you the question, you say, oh, bro, never mind, you know, I'm an older ice cream, and you just run to your door, open the motherfucker, close the motherfucker, and call your sister, or call your mom, or call your dad, or call anyone.
I took a step back. My stomach felt weird. I don't know. He didn't reach for ice cream. Instead, he leaned closer and lowered his voice. You got cameras around your house? Security stuff? CCTV?
Yes, I do.
That was it. That was the moment my brain
Say yes, I do.
finally realized I had already shared too many personal details with a stranger. I forgot something, I said, and I ran back home. I didn't even look back. I slammed the door, locked it, then locked it again. I stood there, listening, heart pounding, waiting for him to drive away. Eventually, he did. I turned every light on and sat on the couch with the TV way too loud. Pizza forgotten, ice cream forgotten. I kept telling myself I was overreacting, that he was just a weird guy, but I still felt scared being alone. At some point, I must have fallen asleep. I woke up because my mouth was dry. The house was dark again, with the sensors going off. The TV was still on, but low. My phone said 10:30 p.m. Kathy wasn't back yet. I grabbed a water bottle from the kitchen table and took a long drink. I was thinking of calling my sister, telling her to hurry back, when the cap slipped from my fingers. It rolled across the floor and disappeared under the dining table. I sighed in annoyance and walked towards the dining table. The long table cover made it difficult to spot the bottle cap in the dark. I got down on my knees and crawled under the table. I grabbed the cap and turned to crawl out when I stopped. There was a soft click, like someone unlocking the door. I froze. Mom and Dad aren't home, so there's no way Kathy will enter so sneakily.
Booked.
I heard it again, slower this time. The sound of a lock turning. It was our back door. My heart dropped into my stomach. I remembered Kathy telling me to lock the doors. I remembered thinking I already had, but I forgot about the back door. I stayed under the table, holding the bottle cap so tight it hurt. My breathing sounded too loud in my ears. Heavy but careful footsteps entered the kitchen. Whoever it was didn't want to make much noise. The footsteps got louder, and I saw a pair of legs wearing big, dusty boots. They moved slowly across the floor. The person opened drawers, closed them. He walked into the living room, and then into the hallway. He wasn't stealing anything. He was searching. My whole body started shaking. I bit down on my sleeve to keep from crying. I told myself to stay still. He won't see me as long as I stay invisible. The footsteps came back to the kitchen, right where I was hiding. They stopped next to the table. I saw the shadow bend down. I smelled something sour, like sweat. Then, a familiar voice whispered, "I know you're hiding somewhere. I'll find you." I thought I was going to pass out. My phone was on the couch, and there's no way I can call for help. If I scream, I'll be dead. I was praying to God to save me somehow when the front door opened.
Gary, I'm home.
Kathy called out to me. Everything happened at once. The man sprinted away. The back door slammed open and shut. Kathy ran in, yelling my name, and found me curled up under the table, crying so hard I couldn't breathe. She called 911 when I finally managed to tell her about an intruder and that ice cream truck guy. The police came and found footprints near the back fence.
Cooked.
He left no fingerprints, though, which tells me he came with a plan. Nothing was stolen from our house. And this part still messes me up, because he didn't come for stuff. He came for me. The man was never caught, and the cops said since I didn't see
I got all chills all over my body, bro. It's no jokes. I got so many chills, so I gotta stop the vid, bro.
the face of the intruder, there's no solid evidence that it was the ice cream truck guy. But I know it was him.
Holy fucking shit, bro. That's... This book is getting Friday. This one give me all the chills I ever... I'm drinking hot cocoa too. Hot chocolate, but like, bro, this shit, oh my gosh, bro, I'm still getting chills. Holy fucking shit. Goodness gracious. If you want me to react to any of your suggested Spook Scary animated video on Spook Scary Friday, you know where to went through. All my socials are in the description, or you can, in the comments of this vid, down in the description, you can leave what you want me to react to, what you want me to play, or which Spook Scary animated video you want to react to Spook Scary Friday. And what was your favorite part of this? I've been doing Spooky Scary Friday a lot. Last 3 Spooky Scary Friday or 2 Spooky Scary Friday I did. I really loved it. It has, oh my god, I got chills. It has the great vibe. And that's why I just love just doing Spooky Scary Friday. It's just one of the things I love to do. And yeah, I'm gonna see you boys in the next one. Peace.